the Biomimicry Adventure online class with Kestrel, week 2. This week is all about insulation. Well, what is insulation? So, for example, my body is giving off heat right now, burning up the food that I've eaten earlier. It's giving off heat, but I still feel a little bit cool. That's because my heat is leaving my body and going off into the world. But right here, I have a big coat. Let's see what happens when I put it on. My body heat is being trapped by the coat. The coat has lots of fluffy insulation inside. And the more fluffy something is, the more air pockets it has. And air pockets trap the heat. This coat is great insulation. What animals out there use insulation in their own homes? Remember, biomimicry is all about us going out and observing the natural world and seeing what animals and plants are doing that we can borrow ideas from and make things for humans. So we want you to go outside or go online and learn about some animals that live near you that are really good at finding insulating materials to keep warm. Remember, the more something traps air and is fluffy, the more it will be able to insulate. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little test, and then we're going to give you a design challenge. So for our scientific test, this isn't a test we give you. This is a test you do to learn more about the world. So I've just put some ice cubes into this bag because we are going to test different materials to see how well they insulate. You can put ice cubes in a bag or get some ice packs or get a pack of frozen vegetables, anything that's very, very cold. It doesn't have to be a bag of ice. Anything you can find that's very cold will work. So I'm going to put this bag of ice down here, and what I'm going to do is put a layer on top of it and then just put my hand on top of the layer and see if I can feel the ice coming through, or if my body heat is being lost to the ice, or if I think my body heat is being trapped against me by the material. So first, I'm going to try this rock. All right. Now I'm going to try this piece of foil. I'll fold it up so it fits on top of the ice. I'm going to let you all tell us what you find out rather than telling you what I'm finding out. So I'm just showing you how we do these different tests. So I put the foil on top of the ice. Now I'm going to hold my hand on top of it for 10 seconds. We're going to do all the items for 10 seconds. So, okay. And now this piece of paper. And finally, I've got a little washcloth here. So I'm going to fold the washcloth up, put my hand on the washcloth in the bag of ice for 10 seconds. All right, well, I can tell you that those all felt very different, and I'm excited to find out what you discover when you line up your own materials. You don't have to use foil and a rock and paper and a washcloth. You can get any materials you like and just put a layer of them on top of your ice pack or your cold item and hold your hand there for 10 seconds. And then you can decide which materials are the most insulating. We've included a little worksheet for you to record what you find out. So look for that on our website and write down what materials you tested and how they measured up. Once you've done all of these things, it is time for our design challenge. So this week, you have 2 choices for your design challenge. You can try both of them or pick the one you like best. So in biomimicry, we learned something from the natural world. So this week, if you looked at our website, we're learning about how animals, specifically animals like mice and squirrels, use insulation to make their own places warm and trap their own body heat. So for your challenge, we'd like you to either make a really warm bed or we'd like you to make really warm clothing. And as I was saying, in biomimicry, we learn from the animals and then we design something where we are using human technology to make something that helps humans, but we've taken our ideas from the natural world. So we'd like you to either make a really warm bed for humans or some piece of really warm clothing for humans. So what you should do is line up some materials. They can be some of the materials you already tested for how well they insulate. You can grab some other things, whatever you can find, clay, popsicle sticks, clothing, cotton balls. Just get anything you can find around the house and then see if you can design a little model of some piece of clothing or a bed for people to sleep in that will be very warm and insulating. Also, if you're not interested in building a model, you can also just get creative and draw your design. But if you draw the design, please label what materials you would want built. And keep in mind, whatever you make, the whole idea is that someone would have to make a bunch of them so that lots of humans could try out the bed you designed or the clothing you designed. Finally, don't forget the part where you go outside and look for signs and evidence and clues that animals around you are gathering insulating materials to make warm nests or warm homes or anything that will insulate them against the cold. We look forward to hearing what you were able to find out. We'd love to see your designs, and we will see you next week.